a joyous occasion. I think this is the Rinkos, but we'll see. I don't know if I want to go into the. It's a hardware problem. It's not a It's an emotionally sad event. If you what just fucking happened, I'm fine. Ooh, it's FiiO. What is FiiO sending me? So it's not Rinkos. So where the fuck are my Rinkos? People in my patronage chat have Rinkos and I don't. I think they must live closer to China. Ooh, FD5s. Okay, so this might be a collaboration. Speaking of collaborations, because FiiO is like it's a big company. That's a name that I don't know if they do many collaborations. But I actually asked them if they wanted to do one. They're like, yes, 100%. We didn't know you even wanted to. They were honored I asked. And then I asked which one. And I'm like, you know what? These. So I had a pair of these. And then somehow Princess Pasta took them to Canada. So now I don't have a pair of these. So I asked for them again so I could have a re-listen. I'm going to listen to them unbroken in and then I'm going to break them in. Because if I'm going to do... I don't have a straight, pure, single dynamic collaboration. And these are around the right price. And I know how they sounded, and I loved them. These sounded like an old, the way I described them in the video, and the reason I loaned them the Princess Pasta permanently, was because they sound like a vintage speaker. They sound like a Clip Shower C. They just added soundstage and width, and they were just chill as fuck. And they're gorgeous. Like, these are some of the prettiest IEMs. I don't give a fuck. Anybody says, just look at that. Just look at that. The MMCX could obviously... No, they are MCX. They're so stiff to turn sometimes. The wire's good. I think these are interchangeable head wires. Let me double check. Actually does come with foams. Holy crap. Has a different filter set? I don't remember it having a different filter set. Oh, wait a second. No. Oh, that's right. It isn't filters. It literally has either large nozzles or small nozzles. In case you want... I don't remember what the difference was in audio. I'll have to double check. Oh, now that's in a thing. Because, I mean, I would probably just say trash the small nozzles because no one wants to use small nozzle tips. Unless you have very small ears, going to a smaller nozzle, specifically for tuning purposes, I know they could, oh my God, they could literally tune an IM with a nozzle filter. You don't have to make the tube smaller. So yeah, these are pretty shiny and chrome. Anyway, my NAS decided that because I wanted to change the cache settings on one of my shares, my image share, because the way the NAS works is a bunch of hard drives, spinning just hard drives. There's like a 2 terabyte cache that all the network transfers and stuff happen on that first, and then it moves it to the thing. So my images directory was just so slow. Like moving files to it and things, just trying to preview images took like 100 thumbnails would take 10 minutes to just generate a thumbnail of just a normal standard image in a folder with like 100 images. It was completely fucking broken. So I decided to shut the cache off. So I literally went into the thing and I hit the compute button and I'm like, I didn't mean to do that. And I ignored it. Went, oh, here's a share setting on images. Prefer, yes, no, something else. And I'm like, no. Preferred cache, no. Save, share has been deleted. What? And then it turns out every share has been deleted on my NAS. Every share. So everything, like the waifu's here, just completely white screen failed. Plex has failed. Everything failed. There's no, all the folders I had open that were looking at like my downloads, my music, my movies directories, my music directories, my movie directories, my YouTube downloads, all my videos, reviews and stuff, they're gone. The hard drives are still full. I can still read. They're 99% full because I filled up all my fucking hard drives. But the shares that are no longer on my Unraid. And I'm talking to JD of serverbuild.net. Jesus, these are fucking heavy. I just forgot how heavy these are. These are a fucking chunk. So he's going to call me, or I'm going to call him in about 4 hours, 3.5 hours. So for the next 3.5 hours, I can't even test the speakers I wanted to test because I don't have music. I have to get a DAP because all my music is inaccessible. And it's if it all turns out to be fine, if all this turns out to be fine, which I'm hoping it all turns out to be fine, and it was just, oh, you have to redo it, enable this, then this has just been a wake-up call for, hey, you fucked up. Don't do this. And you know how you're feeling afraid right now? Like right now, I am you know when the world is silent, like when you find out like 9/11 happened or grandma passed away and there's just no sound. You live in like this, like, that's where I am. And I don't want to ever feel like that. So if it requires me to spend money to like make sure I have an actual physical backup of all my stuff, that no matter how fucked I fucked my fuck, it's somewhere else. Like I have a couple people out there who have 5 terabyte hard drives with a lot of my videos on it, but like nothing in the last year. And like you can always get movies again. You can get animes again. It was just like the private shit. The pictures I've saved from things is like, that's, so like the whole point is that drive has 8 hard drives in it. 2 are redundancy. In case something fails, you can literally take a broken hard drive. But if the shares disappear and I can't get those shares back, because I'm not sure how 100% that works. I have a networking degree, but like raids and all that other shit is completely new and different. So we're going to find out if Zeos is hyper depressed come the next day or two. So what do we actually got in here? This is to remove the MMCX cable. I don't think you should use a cable that requires a fucking tool to pop it out. Just saying. Earwax cleaner, 3.5, 2.5, and the different filter set. Or nozzles. I want to say different nozzles. I don't need that. And I'll probably take this out. I honestly don't need this either. I just need these. I'm going to put the 4.4 on it. I'm going to put some Taconi tips, or I have some new tips coming out, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. They're called the Render tips. And Hi-Fi Go helped me put them together, and they asked me to name them, and I was watching Summertime Rendering, and I'm like, you know what? That's a good fucking name, Render. So we might be seeing some Render tips coming out. See how that goes. Go get tips in these and try it. So, you know, I'm really not in a good mood. Like I'm in one of those like states of like kind of panic, but at the same time, I shouldn't even have touched it after that. That error should still be the only thing I see on that page. But I had to hit OK and like to see what the hell happened. And then I realized all the shares. It's fucking 10, 12 shares in my fucking thing are just gone. Just gone. Just gone. So I don't know what to do. I don't like not knowing what to do. And the only people I can actually ask about it are at work, and it's fine. Maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it'll be fine. I mean, I'm not using it so like it breaks the data up, but imagine if like it just dumped all the folders into one share and it was just like, here, sort it out. I'll take it. Just give me my data back. It's amazing how much we as a society, like, I don't know, maybe you're one of those people who's like, I lost my phone. Fuck it, I didn't need anything on it. And you just live your life and you go to the beach and I'm working out. But I'm a data hoarder. And just my biggest problem, I love how we're going on to this in an unboxing video. My biggest problem is wasting time. If anyone who knows me, like knows you don't waste my time. You don't waste my time. If I've waited around for 2 hours and you're like, oh, I had to cancel, I didn't know, you wasted my fucking time. I will kill you, motherfucker. Don't waste my time. And if I lost everything that I've downloaded over the last 4 years and all the work I've done and the sorting and the organizing and the videos, if I've wasted, because this would retroactively have wasted all that time, I will not be a good boy. I will not be a happy camper. And no amount of eating a Snickers will make me feel better. So yeah, no, this is one of those, I don't want to talk about it, but I want to talk about it. Like, put a bear here. Let's have a bear come out of that bedroom, a big fucking black bear. And I will beat the shit out of it. I'll beat it to death to get my shit to go back to normal. If you're like, you lose all your stuff, or you could fight a black bear, I'll take the bear. Too much time and effort. My life, because then you always go back and you imagine, well, what if I didn't give a shit about data and downloading things and organizing and sorting it? And what if I just like lived my life? That would have been a solid year or maybe more of my life where I wasn't doing shit and organizing and resizing and making wallpapers. All my wallpapers are just the ones that I handmade and edit are missing. I would fight the bear. And if I lose, I didn't get my data back anyway. Pasta for getting this for me. You do good work, baby. She retrieved the second attempt for the Ryzen CPU, the 4000 series. Let me make sure it's the right one. Yes, this is the AMD Ryzen 5 4600G. Ryzen 5 4600G. The first one bounced off the stoop because the motherfucker, I can call him that, right? I can call him that. The motherfucker chucked the bag. It was the same, here it is. This has to go back to return. He took it and he flung it out of his car window at my stoop, and it hit the corner of the concrete step right here. So where this is, that's the processor itself. And it smushed it against the plastic, bending some pins and cracking all the plastic. So this appears to not have that problem yet. Literally, like, there's like a 1/4 inch space between those pins and this plastic, and it had dents in the whole corner of it. So this is an actual working 100% correct CPU. I didn't get to show the heatsink off in the last one because I was like, oh fuck. And I quit opening it and put it back in the box. So here we go. That is automatic. Like, there's not even anything to peel off of that. I love these default heat sinks now. They used to be so shitty when they came with your build. That's very, what am I looking at here? Why is this not like spinnable? Are these non-spinnable? What the fuck is going on here? I was just speaking of the devil, because now we've got spring-loaded captive screws, but they don't, I can't turn this by my hand, with my hand, and I don't think I can get I get a screwdriver to that one, but not like that one because the shroud's in the way. Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh, maybe it's gonna go down a lot. I don't know. Anyway, this is the heatsink. I'll figure it out, I'm sure. I'll read this like instruction manual. This is for my NAS, by the way.
Can I use your balls?
Please use my balls. Please, God Almighty, use my balls. No one else is using them. This is for my NAS, because my NAS that I built before I moved, before COVID, 2019, I built my network attached storage, which is my Unraid box, and I was building it on a super minimal budget because it was a lot of money for hard drives. So I ended up spending $68 on a CPU, which was an Athlon 2, which is a 2-core. This is a 6-core and much faster. And it actually will support the same motherboard. So that's fucking wild. So this is only $100. So I'm spending $40 more or $32 more than I did 2019. I'm getting like a million times of performance. So I'm gonna install this. I gotta update the firmware on the box also, so that it can support this processor. And then yeah, at least then my Unraid won't be like pegged just sitting there doing nothing. Don't say pegged around pasta. She gets all excited. Or I wish she did. I don't know how this works. Anyway, so this one delivered by an actual prime truck, not a fuckhead in a gray Jeep Grand Cherokee who's just like, I don't know, fuck. Actually, was left-handed. I don't know, fucking E. Picture backed out of my driveway. I got a great video of it. He didn't show his license plate because he like pulled in and then backed away, so it couldn't read it. Son of a bitch. Bitch.